already there's a lot going on. We're gonna put my ever so slight claustrophobia to the test. So a couple of tips that may seem obvious, but may not.
I'm working on my foreign voice.
It is my second day here in Ho Chi Minh City. However, today's exploring is actually taking place about 2 hours outside of the city. We are headed to the Ho Chi tunnels. This is an absolute must when you come to Ho Chi Minh City. I booked a tour. It was about $16. You can find many online. It's a half-day tour, so I should be back in the city in the afternoon, but it's going to be a big day. I got on the bus this morning. We're here at a rest stop right now, and in about another 40-ish minutes, we should be arriving at the tunnels. And if you're new here, welcome. My name's Claire Hawkins. I'm a traveling singer-songwriter, currently backpacking around Southeast Asia. We just made it to the entrance to the Ho Chi tunnels, and already there's a lot going on. So you can hear gunshots in the background because one of the things that people do here as tourists is try out shooting a gun. Personally, not really my style, so I won't be partaking, but it's an option if you want to pay extra to do that. Also, as soon as you walk in, there are examples of booby traps that were used, as well as one of the old entrances to the tunnels. Now, before we try actually crawling into the tunnels, we are going to practice the entrance. Now, tourists these days are quite a bit bigger than the Vietnamese soldiers from that time period, so they have created larger entrances for the main portions of the tunnels, but I do believe that this entrance that you can practice with is the same size as the ones that the soldiers used, though I'm not 100% sure.
Right, put lids on, more lids. Pull lids on. Both hands up, straight up your arms. Perfect.
So before we get deeper into the tunnels, quite literally, let me give you a little bit of very important background history. The Ho Chi tunnels were built by the Viet Cong, that is the communist northern Vietnamese soldiers, and they were used over several years for many different specific purposes, and they really were a huge part of why the northern Vietnamese won the Vietnam War. There are several openings to the tunnels that are way more obvious than the ones that are hidden under leaves, like the one that we all went into. These entrances that were easy to find were actually decoys, and they were lined with booby traps so that the actual tunnels could remain hidden.
Pass by towns, pass by signs. Pass by days, pass by lives.
Throughout the war, up to 16,000 people lived in these tunnels. At the end of the war, only about 5,000 remained, and that's not actually because of attacks on the tunnels specifically, but because of bombs. All right, it's officially time. We're gonna put my ever so slight claustrophobia to the test. There are 100 meters of tunnels that you can access as a tourist. And luckily for me, they are split up. So there's the 20-meter option, the 40-meter, I think the 60 and the 100. There are also exits along the way, so you don't have to do the full 100. After the first 20 meters, it gets a lot smaller. So the first 20 meters are the widest tunnels, which is I think what I will be sticking to. After that, the tunnels get significantly more narrow. And there is a point where you do have to crawl on your hands and knees. So I don't think I'll be going that far. These tunnels have, of course, been reinforced for tourists, so they are a bit wider than they used to be. They're definitely safer, but it's still a little scary.
Hometowns that don't grow up, heartbreak and childhood love and time. I wouldn't mind. Wants to raise their voice. I'll never catch the silence fever, 'cause I belong to a land of noise.
They get even smaller than this.
I am fully crouched. I can't really see where I'm going. I have my phone flashlight. I can't believe this is the largest of them.
Destinations get their names. The biggest words mark their place.
So there are 100 meters of tunnels that you can access as a tourist, and they are split up into 20-meter long sections. So the nice thing about that is that every 20 meters you have the option to exit. The first 20-meter section is the widest, but you are still fully crouched over, backpack on the front, very careful the whole time. I just did the first 20 because I was a little worried that after that, it supposedly gets a lot smaller and a lot more claustrophobic. So I was happy with my initial 20 meters. They did go by very quickly. You're kind of just in and out, which I think is okay. So a couple of tips that may seem obvious, but may not. Don't wear white. You're doing a lot of crawling around. Your pants, your shirt will get very dirty. Also, it's really hot outside, but we are in the jungle. So sunscreen, bug spray, you know the drill. But these are things when you're focused on the history and these incredible tunnels, you might forget things like bug spray. But I was able to buy some here, so that's good too.
The smaller points unknown, call somebody home, but I paid it no mind.
We're now trying some tapioca, which is dipped in some salt or sugar. I will find out in a moment. It's like a potato. Dipped in sugar? Interesting.
Pass by towns, pass by signs. All I miss, driving by. I only know the lever.
I made it back from the tour, which all things considered, I would say was worth it. I'm not going to actually name the tour because A, I don't think that it was particularly great, and B, I'm not actually even sure what the name of the company was. I just Googled half-day Coochie Tunnels tour. And that said, I wouldn't really consider this a half-day tour. I was there from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. To me, that's a full day. But it's 2 hours from the city, so that makes sense. I do think it's worth paying a little bit extra to get on a smaller tour. My tour was 24 people, and while it only cost me $16, 24 people is a lot of people to wait for to move on to next stops. People do recommend combining the Coochie Tunnels with the War Remnants Museum here in Ho Chi Minh City. I will definitely be visiting tomorrow, but I've heard that it's quite graphic, so I'm not going to include it in the vlog, but I did want to mention it because it is very important to see while you're here in Ho Chi Minh City. I am super, super excited for where I'm headed next in Vietnam, so I'm going to end this vlog here and talk to you from the next stop. I don't want to give it away, but it's going to be beautiful. Thank you all again for watching. Please subscribe and turn on notifications. And as always, the music in this video was my original music, which I've linked in the video description. And you can always find it by searching Claire Hawkins wherever you listen to music online. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
I'm working on my foreign